into it. These are 7 vegetables that any beginner gardener should start with for small pots or containers. Vegetable number 1 is Swiss chard. Swiss chard is the easiest vegetable to grow. It has a short root system, so you can really plant it in anything, but definitely good for small pots or shallow pots. It does grow rather large if you let it, but it's just one of those great vegetables that you can just go pick it as you need it, cook with it, and then it just keeps growing. Number 2 is kale. Kale is such an easy plant to grow, especially for beginner gardeners. It kind of grows like a weed, and you can grow it in small pots, medium-sized pots, and even large pots. So it's a really great option if you're wanting to start with something that's a little bit healthy and nutritious, easy to grow, and it's also frost tolerant, so big thumbs up. Number 3 is onions. Now onions are great because you can just slot them in little gaps within your garden, especially if you have a small pot or a container. You could probably fit 1 or 2, just make sure that they have a good distance apart, but they take a really long time to grow. So just be mindful that great for small pots, will take a little bit longer to grow. 4 is leeks. Now leeks are really good. They're pretty much similar to onions, except for instead of having the bulb, they just grow straight up. I love growing leeks because again, they take a little bit of time, but you can just slot them again around the garden where there is gaps. So really easy to grow and great for small spaces. Number 5 is coriander or cilantro, depending on what you call it. It's a great herb to grow in small pots. Now you can even have a small pot in your kitchen if you have a little bit of sunlight through a window, and it's a great kitchen herb. So things like coriander, basil, mint. Mint is great. Mint does love a lot of water, but mint is also very greedy and does tend to take over. So if you're wanting to put a few herbs together in a pot, maybe leave mint to its own separate pot. And lastly, beets. Beets are so good to grow, and I never knew this when I first started gardening, but beets or beetroot grows really well in small pots and also in shallow pots. They don't actually need a lot of soil. So now you've got 7 different vegetables to start. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments because it can be very daunting when you first start. And thank you for watching. Please give this a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and welcome.